If you are anything like me, a huge fan of Anno 1800, you've probably been eagerly waiting for Anno 117 Pax Romana. The previous entry gave me the ultimate freedom, building sprawling cities, setting up complex production chains, engaging in diplomacy, and eventually taking over everything by force. And at first glance, Anno 117 might look like a beautiful cosmetic update of its predecessor, but underneath, there's a lot more going on. I started with the campaign where you could choose between two characters. The first one is Marcus Naucratius. He's the youngest son of Decimus, governor of Lower Kemet and the Delta. Tired of his son's erratic behavior, Decimus put him to work in the imperial granaries, supervising the monthly grain tally, until the emperor calls upon him. Marcia Tertia, on the other hand, is the third daughter of a wealthy household in Naucratia. Quiet and observant, she is expected to marry young, with little to say in her future. When she leaves home to join her husband, a Roman governor, she quickly discovers that her role in the unfolding events will be far greater than anyone expected. I went with Marcus for my playthrough. The campaign itself isn't very long. I spent about 12 hours completing it. What's great is that the pacing is entirely up to you. I could have finished it in 10 hours if I rushed it, or longer if I took my time. Between quests, there's plenty of room to focus on building your cities, and ultimately it's up to you when you tackle the objectives. The story is engaging without being overly complicated. You are thrown into the political intrigues and military conflicts of the Roman Empire, making strategic decisions that shape your city and your influence. From this point, I will get a bit deeper into the story, so be aware of spoilers. I was asked by the Emperor to take the role of governor of a forgotten senatorial province in Latium, not too far from the heart of the Empire, Rome. The Emperor sadly gets killed, and the new Emperor, Calidus, basically banished me to Albion, far from Rome, filled with Celts, a place no Roman wants to be. This introduces me to a second region in the game. I survive. Even better, I thrive and get rid of the rebels, which doesn't get unnoticed by the new Emperor, who gives me back governors to the first region, Latium, as well. And in the end of the campaign, the game even gives you a little surprise choice, which I won't spoil. You gotta just find out yourself. The campaign is a fantastic way to familiarize yourself with the mechanics of Anno 117. And even if you have played Anno 1800, the campaign does a great job introducing the new systems. And of course, there's also the mode to build freely, your way, without any story. The choice is up to you. Now let's talk about the points where Anno 117 really shines. While it might initially feel like a fancy update of Anno 1800, there are some significant core changes. First up, the tech tree. This is a game changer. You can now unlock buildings, units and perks across 3 categories: economic, military and civic.
My husband cares a lot for my comfort. Sometimes I just wish he spent a little less.
Speaking of military, land units are finally here. You are no longer only defending your city from naval attacks. Now you must prepare for assault on land. That changes everything. Naval units are still crucial, because troops can only land on beaches, so you have to carefully plan both your coastal and inland defenses. You can wall off your entire city, which is expensive, or just focus on beaches with walls and towers, saving a ton of resources. And the strategy has evolved as well. Victory is no longer just about destroying the enemy harbor. It's about targeting the villa, a fortified stronghold that can be cleverly placed far from the coast and surrounded by walls. Attacking it requires careful planning, making city defense far more strategic. Another change are buildings and their area of effect. Buildings now affect their surroundings in ways that change the game. In Anno 1800 I used to cluster industry far from residential areas. In Anno 117 you might actually want to some buildings near your citizens. For example, a sandal maker increases health in the area, and a hat maker boosts income within their zones. Of course, heavy industries still belongs far from homes due to fire risk and unhappiness, but managing these effects adds a whole new layer of city planning. On the technical side, the game runs smoothly for me. I'm playing it on a high-end PC with a GeForce 4080, and I haven't experienced any crashes or major bugs. FPS is constantly high, and while there are a few minor graphical glitches, they don't impact gameplay at all. So, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? Since playing Anno 117 Pax Romana, I can safely say a lot more. Anno 117 isn't just aesthetic change. It builds on everything Anno 1800 did right, but the addition of land units, the tech tree and buildings with meaningful area effects bring deep core changes that make it feel fresh and exciting. I have no doubt I will be spending hundreds of hours in this new chapter of the Anno franchise. If you loved Anno 1800 and are looking for something familiar yet different, Anno 117 Pax Romana is absolutely worth diving into.